Santa! This ornament is hands down one of the cutest and most unique ones I've ever seen. Grab a photo of yourself, your friend, pet, anyone close to your heart and cut it out. To make it stand up straight, let's first squeeze a blob of hot glue on a parchment paper. Push the picture into the glue and wait for the glue to harden. Voila! We got a perfect picture stand. Grab half of the transparent bubble and fill it up with artificial snow. Time to place in the picture. Lastly, grab a ribbon. I like this one that matches the color of my shirt and tie it to the ornament. This bubble is so adorable, a perfect decoration for your Christmas tree, or you can have it as a little room decor piece the entire winter. It's also a perfect gift for your friends and other loved ones. While having a bath, I like to lit some candles, and these ones I actually made myself. Here's how you can make your own. First, we're gonna make a DIY glass stain or paint. All you need is to mix all-purpose glue with some food coloring of choice. How simple, right? Stir these two ingredients well to get an even colored mixture. Optionally, you can also add some glitter, and since my paint is blue, I decided to add a lot of blue glitter. Mix well to evenly distribute it throughout the mixture, and our glass paint is ready. I want to have a heart-shaped opening on my candle, so I'm sticking on a heart sticker. If you want to color your entire candle, you can of course skip this step. I'm so happy that I learned the way to make my own glass stain for so cheap. Glass paints in stores are super expensive. Where I live, they cost almost $10 for one single color. But we ain't paying that much, no. You can use these paints to paint any glass decor pieces, like vase, jars, whatever you want. My candle is completely covered in blue, so I can peel off that heart sticker like that. If the edges are not perfect, don't stress, girl. You can clean them up with a Q-tip soaked in acetone. I also want to make a red candle, so here I'm mixing glue with red food coloring and pink glitter. At first your paint looks opaque, but when it dries it actually becomes more like a stain. Here are my finished candles, and I think they look so beautiful. They provide such a cozy, dimmed colored light when they're lit. I also love how the glitter reflects the flame, making it all sparkly and gorgeous. A really cool and inexpensive decoration for the winter time is this pine tree bouquet with orange and pasta ornaments. To get the pine branches, we're gonna first take a little walk in the woods. I'm lucky enough to have one right behind my apartment. Find a pine tree or any other tree really and cut a couple of branches. Mine are ready, so let's quickly get back home and make a beautiful room decoration. Besides branches, you will also need a couple of oranges, glue gun and string, plus bow-shaped pasta and spray paint. First we're gonna paint our pasta. Protect the working surface with a cardboard paper or a plastic bag, place on your pasta and spray it on both sides. In a minute you're left with beautiful golden bow ornaments. Now we need to make our orange ornaments as well. Cut 1/4 inch wide slices of orange like that. Yum! I love orange so much. Especially now that they're in season, they taste so good. Place the slices on a baking tray and bake at 240 Fahrenheit for 3 hours. While baking, the orange slices will dry, harden and shrink a bit. Take them out of the oven and let's work on the hangers. Make a hole using a needle and lead a string through it. I'm using a golden string which goes perfectly with our gold bow pasta. Make a knot and we're ready to hang our orange ornaments on the pine branches. I love how these look. You can also decorate your Christmas tree using these beautiful dried orange slices. To attach the pasta bow, simply apply a bit of glue on the back of each bow and stick them on the branches. Using orange and pasta to create such a gorgeous decoration may seem crazy, but I think we all agree that the result is stunning. On top of that, oranges smell so good you won't need to burn any scented candles at all. Now I'm gonna show you how to make this pretty and warm sock. Just kidding, we're making a stocking. Because where will Santa otherwise leave all our presents, right? You will need any fabric of your choice, some white furry material which is optional, stocking stencil and fabric glue. First we need to cut 2 stocking shapes from our fabric. You can just do it directly, but I like to use a stencil to get a perfect shape. Place some tape pieces on the stencil and then stick it on the fabric. Cut it out using scissors or an X-Acto knife. Take the other piece of fabric and now we have to cut out a mirror image of the first stocking shape. To do that, we need to peel off the tape pieces on this side of the stocking, flip the stencil around and stick the tape pieces on that side. Cut out the stocking shape. If you want, you can totally have the same fabric on both sides of your stocking. I happen to have slightly different pattern, but that's okay. When both stocking sides are cut out, it's time to glue them together. Apply a stripe of fabric glue all around the edges of one stocking side. Oh no, what a troll! Of course, I shouldn't apply the glue on the upper part because that's where the stocking needs an opening. How else would Santa put the presents into our stocking if it would be sealed all around? After about 15 minutes, the glue should be completely dry and you can flip your stocking inside out. Cut about 10-inch stripe from your fabric. We will use it as a hanger for the stocking. Glue the stripe ends together. While the glue dries, let's apply an awesome fur ending to the stocking. Or you can use some other fabric that you find, like white felt for example. Apply 2 parallel stripes of glue on the top edge of the stocking where you have the opening. Do this all around the stocking so that the entire top part is wrapped in the cozy faux fur. In the end, tuck the part sticking out into the sock for an even neater look. The only thing left to do is gluing the hanger on the back part of the stocking and we're done! Now we're all ready for the Santa's visit. So, we're waiting, Santa. We're waiting for you. I really like how this stocking turned out. It looks so professionally made. You can also use this as a gift wrapping idea and fill this stocking with little presents for a friend or boyfriend. Everyone would be so happy to receive such an awesome gift. Colorful beaded ornaments, anyone? These ones are so pretty and bright, right up my alley. To start off, we're going to take a heat-proof cookie cutter and dip it in some oil. I chose this little house shape. Place it on a parchment paper and fill it up with plastic beads. You can choose different color schemes. Go for white, red and green if you want more of that Christmas classic, or use bright colors like me. Make a bunch of these in different shapes. Bake your beaded cookies on 200 degrees Celsius for 10 to 15 minutes or until the plastic has melted. Release the ornaments from the cookie cutter and place it on a wooden board or other sturdy surface. Using a nut and a hammer, make a hole in this plastic cookie. Now grab a string and thread it through the opening that we've just created. Make a knot, snip away the excess, and we're ready to decorate. Place these lovely ornaments on a Christmas tree or use them to decorate your room all year around. They will give such a beautiful pop of color, plus they're so much fun to make. These yarn trees are easy to make and so inexpensive. All you need is some thicker paper, all-purpose glue, yarn, paintbrush and buttons. Make a cone shape using a piece of thicker paper. Cut away the excess to get a flat bottom edge so that our tree will stand nice and straight when finished. Get your yarn and glue ready. Before we start wrapping the yarn around the cone, we need to attach it in place firmly. So stick the yarn end on the tip of the cone using a piece of tape. Now we can apply glue on a small section on the top part of the cone and start wrapping the yarn around like that. Make sure to wrap the yarn rows close one by the other so you can see the paper below. Add more glue and do some more wrapping. What I like about this DIY is that all the things you need you most probably already have around your house. So you don't have to spend any money for this beautiful Christmas decoration. Our cone is now completely wrapped and we can cut away the excess working yarn. Time for the fun part, decorating the Christmas tree. I'm gonna use these green buttons in shape of flowers because they are the only buttons that I have, but of course any buttons will do. Apply some glue on the back of each button and stick them on a tree. There we go! How gorgeous, right? But we're not finished yet. You guys know my obsession with pompons, so of course we have to put one on top of our Christmas tree. I show you how to make a pompon in my DIY gift ideas tutorial, so check it out if you don't know how to make it. Our Christmas tree is finished and it looks so beautiful. I loved it so much that I had to make another one, this time using green yarn and white buttons for the bubbles. I finished it off with a red pom-pom on top. These little Christmas trees are so adorable and inexpensive, you really have to try them, guys. They will look beautiful on your nightstand, desk, anywhere. A lovely Christmas decoration for sure. We're gonna kick off with this beautiful pine tree pillowcase, which is a great decoration for all year around, plus you can make it for very cheap. We'll need a plain pillowcase, some patterned fabric, a piece of brown fabric or felt, and fabric glue. Fold one side corner in like that. Apply some glue and fold the opposite corner over it. Apply the glue also on the bottom part of your tree and fold that little triangle up. You get a beautiful pine tree shape with perfectly neat edges, completely without sewing. I love using patterned fabric pieces because they just make the pillow more interesting and full. I made one more green and red tree, but this time using a bit smaller pieces of fabric, so I got slightly smaller pine trees. Of course, every tree also has a trunk, so let's cut 4 triangles from a brown piece of felt or any other fabric of your choice. We're now all ready to glue our pine trees on the pillow. Happy dance! Woohoo! Apply a bit of glue on the back of each pine beauty and place it onto the pillowcase. I like that my trees overlap a bit so it looks more realistic. I'm also gluing some trees a bit higher than the others to add some dimension. In the end, we have to glue the 4 trunks under each of our beautiful pine trees. Voila! We are finished with this gorgeous pine tree pillow, which looks great in your bedroom or living room. I had these green pillows on my sofa from before and I thought a pine tree pillow with some green and red will complement them perfectly. Clay stars are a super pretty and versatile decor idea that you can actually make all year around. We're gonna need different colors of clay, star cookie cutter and dough roller. Roll the colors of your choice into strips like this. I have white, minty green, glittery gray and blue. I went for more wintry frosty colors, as you can tell. Twist all the strips together and note that the more you twist, the more marbly your stars are going to be. I want my design to be pretty full, so I decided to roll my clay again and twist it like that. Have fun and play with it so that the clay colors mix together. Then form a clay into a little marble bowl. Place it on the flat surface and use a roller or something rounded like a vase or a bottle to flatten it. Take a star-shaped cookie cutter and press it on the clay to get beautiful clay stars. I seriously feel like I'm baking cookies. No joke, I just want to eat this so badly. To make these stars easy to hang once they harden, we also need to make a small hole using a needle. My clay is air drying, so I have to wait for a few hours for the stars to dry and harden, but you can bake them and speed up the process. These beautiful stars are now all dry, so you can use the hole we made earlier to tie on a piece of thread. We're finally ready to decorate the room with these pretty marbly stars. I already plan to make this using bright clay colors for the spring and summer because this DIY is just so much fun.